Hello students, now we are going to start the next chapter, that is the 18th chapter of the class 11th. Yes, the chapter is breathing and exchange of gases. Yes, now question arise as we are going to start from this. Breathing and respiration are the two biological processes which is very necessary, we can say requirement for the living organisms. Yes, so firstly, what is the respiration? Yes, respiration is the process in which breakdown of the food will take place in presence of oxygen for the production of energy, and that energy can be utilized for the utilized by the different body parts to work the daily activities. So we can also say in the simplest form that oxidation of the food to liberate energy that is utilized by the body is known as the respiration. Yes, but there is one more term is there, that is known as the breathing. Yes, yes, you can so many times you are using these terms relatively, but these are different terms. As we can say, breathing is a physical process. Yes, that is localized to the specific part of the body. But if we discuss about the respiration, it is a biochemical process. Yes, which will takes place inside the cell. Second, we can say breathing does not require any type of enzymes, but respiration will require a number of enzymes for the production of energy. Third, we can say breathing does not produce any energy. That means it is not the exothermic reactions, but respiration is an exothermic process that will produce the energy. So breathing is a physical process which involves the inhalation and exhalation of the gases, that is known as the breathing. So we can say breathing is the part of respiration. So now what would happen in the respiration? Definitely I have told you that breakdown of the food will take place, and that food is known as the substrate. Yes, respiratory, that is known as the respiratory substrate. Yes, respiratory substrate because breakdown of the that substrate only takes place. So normally in the living organisms, this respiratory substrate is the glucose. Yes, this is the glucose that will require the oxygen, and in presence of oxygen this glucose is break down to produce the 6 molecules of the CO2 along with 6 molecules of the water, and it will produce the energy, and that energy can be utilized by the body. So respiration is also of two types. One is aerobic respiration, second is anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration which is carried out by the aerobes. Aerobes, yes. Aerobes are the organisms which which require oxygen for the survival, like the human beings also and mammals also. While as anaerobes are the organisms which do not require the oxygen, that means which can survive in absence of oxygen also, like the bacteria. So there are two type of respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Next thing what we can say that respiration is the process which can carry out by both, yes, both plants as well as animals. Yes, so many times the students have confusion in the mind that plants only carry out the photosynthesis but do not require the respiration. But it should be clear, keep in mind, plants makes their food by the process of photosynthesis. Yes, by which they are utilizing the sunlight, water, and the CO2, and in presence of chlorophyll, plants are making the food. Yes, but that why they are making the food? Yes, plants are making the food for the production of energy. Then that food is break down by the process of respiration, which will complete the requirement of the plant. So photosynthesis and respiration are the different process, but photosynthesis and respiration both will carry out by the plants during the day when sunlight is available. At that time they are performing the photosynthesis, but in the side by side they are also performing the respiration, and night also they are performing the respiration. As we can take the example of human beings, these human beings can carry out the respiration day and night. So in this chapter we are mainly discussing about the physiology of the human beings. So human respiratory system is consists of two parts. One is respiratory tract and second is the respiratory organs. Yes, respiratory tract is consist of nostrils, yes, nasal chambers, pharynx, larynx, trachea, primary bronchioles, which will further divide into secondary, tertiary bronchioles, etc. But till the primary bronchiole, it is the part of respiratory tract. Respiratory organs are the mainly lungs. Yes, where these lungs are located? These lungs are located in the thoracic cavity. Yes, lungs are covered by a membrane that is known as the pleural membrane. But if we observe it microscopically, then we can see there are two layers. One is inner layer that is known as the visceral pleuron, and second is the outer layer that is known as the parietal pleuron. So I have drawn also here. This is the human respiratory system I have drawn here. Air either pass from the nostrils or from the mouth. Then air will goes into the oral cavity. Then here. Then pharynx is the part where both we can say oral cavity and the nasal chambers will meet at a point. So pharynx is divided into three parts. Oropharynx, which leads from the oral cavity, nasopharynx, and third is the laryngopharynx. After that, air will goes to the trachea. Yes, this is the trachea that is made up of cartilaginous rings. What is the function of these cartilaginous rings? Yes, these will prevent the collapsing. Okay, and you can see here larynx. Yes, larynx is known as the voice box because this larynx contains the vocal cords, and these vocal cords are of two types: true vocal cords and the false vocal cords, which will help in producing the sound. So air from the trachea will pass into the primary bronchiole. Till here, this is the respiratory tract. After that, lungs are there. Yes, left lung and the right lung. That means we have a pair of lungs which are located in the thoracic cavity. These are lined by the membrane. This red line will indicate the pleural membrane. So in this we can see that primary bronchiole is further divided into secondary bronchiole, then tertiary bronchiole, and in the last these bronchioles will form the balloons like structures that is known as the alveolar sac or the alveoli. Yes, alveoli, the surface of the alveoli is the surface where actually exchange of the gases will take place. So I have drawn the diagram here also, one of the alveoli. Yes, you just imagine that CO oxygen will comes from here, and then this oxygen, concentration of oxygen will be high here. As a result, due to the diffusion process, this oxygen will be moved towards the blood, and that blood will carry out with the help of pulmonary veins goes to the heart. Okay. On the other side, if you will say the deoxygenated blood that contains the CO2, yeah, that is carried out by the artery, and this artery will carry the deoxygenated blood to the alveoli. This alveoli will have a concentration of CO2 will be high, so CO2 will move from here. As you know, diffusion is a process by which a movement of ions and molecules will take place from higher concentration to the lower concentration. So exchange of the gases will also carry out by the help of diffusion process. So what is the actual mechanism of the respiration? Yes, it can complete in two steps. One is the inspiration, second is the expiration. Yes, that is also known as the inhalation or the exhalation. Yes, if we will discuss about the inhalation means the intake of the air by the body. That is known as the inhalation. But how does the intake will take place? Suppose this is the cavity. When diaphragm will move downward and intercostal muscles will move upward. This is a cavity. I have mentioned here thoracic cavity that will be enlarged, that will contain the gases. So I have mentioned here in the inspiration, diaphragm will move downward, intercostal muscles move upward, and thoracic cavity will be enlarged. But what would happen when we just take out the gases? We can remove the gases from our body. At that time, intercostal muscles will move downward and diaphragm will move upward. As a result, these gases will remove outside and the thoracic cavity, size of the thoracic cavity will be decreased. So I have mentioned here, diaphragm will move upward, intercostal muscles will move downward, and the size of the thoracic cavity will be decreased. This is known as the expiration. So this is the we can say respiratory system of the human beings. Thank you, beta.